Hoping that you are having a dry morning with all this rain falling upon our heads.
You know what I actually thought about this morning with all that rain coming down? I started thinking about some of those. I was thinking about the flooding nations for the First Nations, flooding into the First Nations.
Yes.
Kashechewan.
Kashechewan.
But then also some of the housing stuff. Like imagine being up there where they're having all the housing problems in like Cat Lake and stuff. If they're getting this kind of weather.
Yeah.
I can't just imagine how cold and damp and awful.
Yeah,
and,
there's already mold in a lot of the homes.
I felt so cozy in my house this morning when I opened the door and let the dogs out and driving to work in my car.
Thankful, right?
Really thankful for having to have a roof over my head.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyway, we're also thankful to our friends in Sioux, Michigan, downtown Ashman Street. It's called Quarter to Five. They're an amazing retail store. They're our sponsor for this month. The reason they're called Quarter to Five is because products come into the store at $5 and by the end of the week they're down to a quarter. And we're not talking about stuff like dollar store stuff. We're talking about electronics, furnishings, clothing. I mean, it's ridiculous the stuff they get. It all comes in through overstocking and stuff.
Yeah.
And some things might have a defect, but for $5, you know what I'm saying? Check it out.
Take a chance.
Good morning to our friends over there.
Hey, huge news for Canadians who, like their prime minister or even dislike the prime minister.
What happened?
He's going U.S. national syndication, man.
Come on, where?
He's going to be on The Simpsons.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, and a journalist out of Toronto is going to actually voice Justin Trudeau.
I checked out his YouTube video.
Yeah,
did you see it? Lucas
he's awesome.
Meyer is his name.
Lucas Meyer, and it's hilarious. The show's called Dope Canada. I love that. That's so clever.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
They apparently have a producer who's he's a consulting producer. His name is Tim Long, and he's a Canadian. And he's Canadian born. So I guess he's their reference guy, right? And according to him, there may be some content in this episode that is recent, au courant, scandalous.
SNC-Lavalin.
Either that, or perhaps I guess the same thing. SNC-Lavalin. Yeah. So.
Yes.
I was going to say Jody Wilson-Raybould, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
Même
chose pareil.
That's this. What did you say?
Même chose pareil.
Same thing, buddy.
Same thing.
That's this Sunday.
Yes.
Do Canada.
Do Canada. Check it out.
Very funny. Speaking of national anthems, well, not really national anthems, but remember Kate Smith? God bless America, land. Kate Smith was a big singer in the 1930s. Heavyset lady with this wild, huge voice, and she was best known for singing Irving Berlin's God Bless America. Well, there's Kate right there. God Bless America was one of her big hits. Also, When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain. But here's the scoop, though. For the decades now, both the New York Yankees and Philadelphia Flyers, baseball and hockey, have been using Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America at their games.
Oh, awesome.
Must
be very inspirational.
Until a little bit of research showed that Kate Smith had some questionable recordings in her past with racist... How about this one? In 1931, she recorded a song called That's Why Darkies Were Born.
Oh, no.
And in 1933, she recorded Pickaninny's Heaven.
Oh, wow.
On Sunday, they removed the statue of her that stood outside of the arena since 1987.
Oh, my word.
Her song
What's the one? Blackies?
That's Why Darkies Were Born.
Darkies were... What? Imagine, boy, you know what? When you think we haven't come a distance, we have. I know we still got a ways to go, but seriously?
So this guy named Will Kane, he's an ESPN commentator, sports commentator, and he was on a show, I think it was called First Take on ESPN, and he actually came to Kate Smith's defense and said, hey, it was 80 years ago.
Right.
She was singing songs that these were on the radio.
Well,
Pickaninny's Heaven was in a film. It was from a film in 1933. Saying, why are you blaming this lady for singing songs that were of the era?
Well, right or wrong, they were of the era.
And this is what his co-hosts for that day said. You know what? We don't care if it was a woman singing a song 80 years ago. The fact is, racism is racism when it existed 80 years ago or when it exists today. And it has to be called out.
You know what? It's such an argument, right? Because so many people, one example of an issue like that is when very elderly war crime people who are convicted, or they find them, Auschwitz guards, for instance,
Right.
they find them 50 years later and they're like in their 90s, or so many people are like, oh, you know what, they're so old. You know what, my thing, my point of view is too bad. You know what? You killed 6 million people, or helped to do it.
Kate Smith didn't kill nobody.
Right?
She killed the song.
She killed a song. But you know what I mean? It's like, that's not a good argument. Time going by is not a good argument. It's like ignorance is bliss. You know what? That's not legal, though.
Kate Smith was probably close to my dad's age. And I remember my dad telling a story about my grandmother singing a song to him that made him cry, because it was about a little tar baby in the backyard who had no friends that would play with him.
Tar baby? Oh my word. Wow, where have I been? Wow.
I'm telling you, my father used to hear this little song and he'd cry because the little boy in the bed, nobody would play with him. And it made my dad cry when he was little.
Tar baby.
There's a nice lullaby for you.
Well, right?
Yeah.
Talk about cradles falling and cracking and babies flying out of trees, and oh my word. Speaking of, disconcerting, Britney Spears. Man, there are people protesting outside the facility, apparently, where she's at.
Protesting?
Yeah, they're saying free Britney. They're saying that she's being held against her will. They are several, like in the hundreds, who believe that because she is trying to free herself from the conservatorship that she has with her father.
Right.
And so that makes him in charge of all of her money for 10 years. And she's been trying to get out of that agreement, saying that she's healthy enough and smart enough and old enough to manage her own money. Some people think that she was put in the facility against her will.
Her own money, but I thought the issue was that he was the one who was keeping her on her meds.
Well,
her father was looking after her, making sure she took her medication.
Well, apparently
that's
now they're saying, the protesters are saying, you know what, she's absolutely fine. She's raised 2 children. She's held a career down for the last 5 years. She kind of did a comeback, essentially, really, because remember she shaved her head and stuff. She was a little wonkers then, but I mean, she's been working for 5 or 6 years. So these people are saying, you know what? Leave her alone and let her out of that place. She hasn't said anything, though. She was out yesterday or the day before.
I saw the pictures.
Oh my.
She didn't look well.
No, she didn't. You know what? And part of me is thinking one of her assistants should have
But then
it's not about makeup. It's not, like she was leaving the facility apparently to go get her hair done, and she leaves the facility to go work out and stuff. So she's aware enough of what's happening with her, but she had makeup that was old and it was sitting down here. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, I do, because I'm like that too.
Well, right?
It was old. It's sitting down.
No, but I'm just saying, her people should say, okay, just because you're not feeling well doesn't mean you have to look like you're haggard and,
But on the other hand,
I don't know.
Do we really have the right to expect that she does that just for us to maintain her image? That would just be for us.
Totally, but you said it too this morning.
I did.
Right?
Okay, so call me out.
No, but you know what?
No, I did. I was like, that's not a flattering photo.
No, why would somebody do that?
Somebody should be looking out. We're saying somebody should be looking out for her more.
You know what? It feels like she's vulnerable. Well, people who are around her should be protecting her then a little bit. Don't make her look like she's haggard and like she's worn out, or like she's
to me,
sick.
It looked like she was slightly sedated, but it's just one picture. How can you tell? I didn't see video. I don't know.
To me, the makeup thing struck me the most. She's always so immaculate dressed, and her makeup's always perfect.
She looks great without makeup.
Right?
Baseball cap with the kids with no makeup.
You know what? Great. Let her go out with no makeup on instead of having
Wow.
These are first world problems, people.
Well, to live in the public eye like that is horrible.
It's got to be hard.
And then we sit here talking about her. We don't help.
And apparently...
We love you, Britney. I don't even know her.
She knows us, though.
Okay, Coachella.
Yes.
Not concert related.
Okay.
Puppy related. So Coachella was all in the news now because they had the big Coachella concert. Well, there were video cameras stationed at this dumpster in Coachella, because Coachella's a city. Did you hear? A 54-year-old woman named Deborah Sue Caldwell, if I ever meet you, Deborah Sue Caldwell, she has now been convicted No, not convicted. She's been charged because they traced her from the video. They found out who she was, driving up her in her white Jeep, pulling up to a dumpster in Coachella, taking out a bag and dumping into a trash bin 7 3-day-old puppies in a plastic bag into a dumpster. Somebody was rummaging through looking for clothing or whatever, and they came across this bag of puppies. It was over 90 degrees
You should have
Fahrenheit.
seen them. They were like this big.
They're beautiful.
Oh my word. And the video of her, she just jumps out of her Jeep and she opens one and for some reason she doesn't like that one. She goes to the next one and then just drops them in there, gets back in. I didn't realize she was 54 though.
54 years old.
She looks good for her age. Just saying.
But Britney Spears, if Britney Spears got caught putting puppies in the dumpster, we'd say, but at least she looked good.
Right. At least she had good makeup on.
Take them to the Humane Society with a note.
Well, for goodness sake.
Now, for goodness sake.
Stop it.
Stop it. But now on the show this morning, we have way better news. Alzheimer's Society Ladies' Night Out. It's a great big fundraiser, and it's a blast. You've gone.
I've emceed that event.
Yep, they're here today.
Boy, it's a hoot.
It is a hoot. And Luann has the news and so much more. I'm Maurice with Luann and Tim. We're going to chase that rain away and bring you sunshine on ONNtv. Stay with us.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5, and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I need a new phone. What do you use your phone for mostly?
Work, play.
Oh, you mean everything.
One that won't run out of battery when Joyce from accounting is doing the Running Man.
Who else wants to see that Running Man demo?
The Samsung Galaxy Note 9. It's a great phone with a powerful all-day battery. We got the best phone for you for a great price. And you can choose your carrier.
A little Running Man?
Just a little. There.
Nice.
I hope no one saw that. Whew.
Where was she when I went phone shopping?
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
One of my favorite guests joining me again on the morning show, Bia Fioramonte. Can I say that? Fioramonte.
Oh, roll those R's.
Fioramonte. Monte, actually. From Alzheimer's Society. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, big event coming up in a month.
Oh, huge event.
It's like the biggest.
Well, coffee breaks are largest, but this
is it coffee break? Oh, coffee breaks are the largest fundraiser.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but
this is your biggest party.
This is the biggest party, and you know what? People are booking tables in January when I haven't even planned it yet.
It's that popular.
Yes, yes. So pretty amazing. We usually have 400 ladies in attendance each year.
I know.
So it's coming up a month from today.
So if people want their tickets, they really need to get on this because they go.
Yes.
They don't have a lot left?
We don't have a lot left, but each year we take a waiting list.
Oh, okay.
And yes, we're able to fill off the waiting list usually every year because what happens, there's little pockets here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes somebody might book a table of 8 and then only 6 or are available.
Yes.
They've got 2 spaces left.
Yes.
So as long as you don't mind sitting with some other new friends.
You make new friends. That's the
Absolutely.
thing. That's the awesome thing about it. And so it's coming up in a month.
Where do we get the tickets?
Just at the Alzheimer's Society, and they're advance tickets only. So the best thing to do is to call me, and I can let you know where the pockets are.
Okay.
And when I call people off of the waiting list, they are so happy.
So happy.
Oh, it just makes my day.
Now the Alzheimer's office, tell where that is.
341 Trunk Road.
Right at the corner of Trunk and Cap, right
That-
across from Superior, Chrysler, Dodge,
Yes.
everything that
Yes,
is.
it's a busy
Jeep.
corner. And you're very familiar with this event because you've
I've
performed.
hosted a couple times. I performed. I think the most fun I had was when we did the. I had a co-host. Was it Vicky? And we did
Yes,
the.
what not to wear
What
segment.
not to wear? That was so much fun. You guys are
Yeah.
so creative when you put these things together.
Well, you know, we want to keep it fresh and new. We're in our 16th year.
Is it that many?
Yes, 16
Wow.
years already. So you have to change it up every year. So,
What's up? What's going on this year then?
well, this year, and I know I'm going to say her last name wrong, Sonia Portangen.
Sonia Portangen.
Yes, she's our MC this year.
Portangen.
Portangen.
I think it's Sonia Portangen. She used to. I remember I met her through Sue Sings for Kids.
Yes.
She was performing on the YMCA team.
Did an awesome job.
She moved to Southern Ontario and she's come back to the Sioux. We're so happy to have her back. An amazing talent.
Yes.
Singer, actress, comedian.
Amazing.
So what's she doing?
Amazing. She's our MC this
Oh,
year.
she's going to be phenomenal.
She's gonna rock
Sonia
it.
Portangen. That's how you say it.
Yes. And the entertainment this year is the Comedics.
Oh my gosh.
They are hilarious.
What a great tie-in for you guys.
Oh, I know. I know.
That's all these, for people who don't know, the Comedics are this group of doctors who get together. One, I think Fred Pelchier is not a doctor. He's their drummer if he's still with them. But anyway, most of them are doctors. Jean Turgeon, John Pearson, Bob McLean. These guys are so fun. No, not Bob McLean. Anyway, these guys are so funny. They take certain songs and they change lyrics, or they write original tunes.
Yes.
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 And a lot of current event stuff that they write funny songs about.
They've got some new members this year, and
Do they?
and they have new music as well. Plus, they have the favorites that they played
That they
over
play
the years.
yes.
So it's going to be a great night. We have an auction, so we have a lot of people in the city who donate auction items. And
You have a huge silent auction table out there.
yes, it's in the smaller hall.
Yeah,
the
right,
event,
they
by the
actually
way, is
use
up
the-
at the Grand Garden.
Yeah, Grand Gardens North, and they actually use the second ballroom to put all the silent auction items out.
Yes.
There's that many.
Yes, and the forget-me-not stained glass that you got.
Yes.
We're stockpiling those. We're going to be selling those at the event as well in
Beautiful.
that room.
Mine's hanging in my mother's room at
Is
Maple View.
it?
Yes,
Awesome.
my mother has dementia, so I brought that to her room and hung it beside one of her own stained glass creations.
Awesome.
We love
awesome.
that. Thank you.
I know. And the other unique thing that's happening is Northwood Funeral Home is one of our sponsors.
Yes.
And for the last 3-4 years, what they've been doing is setting up a donation table in that auction room.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that makes a donation at their table, they're using our receipt books.
Okay.
They will match dollar for dollar up to $2,000. Isn't that amazing?
Northwood Funeral Home? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yes, amazing. Very, very generous on their part.
$2,000 dollar for dollar.
Yes, so we have the potential of raising $4,000. And again, we always want to mention that the funds remain local for our services on Trunk Road.
Oh, excellent. That all stays local. And what did you say? Was it about 75% of your programming is all done through fundraising? The other 25% is kind of funded? Is that how that works?
We have to fundraise 50%.
50%, okay.
Yes. So a lot of people don't realize that we're very fortunate to have some government funding, but there's a lot of fundraising that we need to do to provide our services.
Amazing services.
Especially for the Minds in Motion. We did a segment before Christmas, I think it was.
Where supporters are coming in with people with dementia and doing activities, activating
Yes.
and getting those,
It's amazing.
firing off those brain stimulation, right?
Yes, it's a great program, and we have education.
And it's a day away program, is it not? Then also, like, people come to the...
Well, just for the day, and they come with their caregiver.
With their caregiver,
Yeah,
right.
we've expanded those services even though we didn't have the funding because of the need. For some of our programs, we do have waiting lists, unfortunately.
Yeah. And your programs also really focus not only on the people living with dementia, but also on the caregivers. You offer so many support programs and groups and activities
Yes.
and a chance for them to get together and just go, oh, you
Yes.
know, which is so important.
And education is power. I always say that because the more you know about the disease, the education that you're getting, the support that you're getting, you're better able to cope with those changes that you're going to see in your loved one. You're more prepared.
The way I say it, Bea, was after going through the different workshops at Alzheimer's in our family's case, we felt that, you know, it doesn't get any less scary, but it gets easier to deal with it because you're prepared.
Yes, and you know what to say at times.
You do, you know,
and that kind of
at
thing.
least it identifies the fear and
Yes.
identifies and so answers some questions. It's still, you know, you're still facing it, but at least you know what you're looking at.
Exactly.
And that takes a lot of the fear away.
It does.
Yeah.
It certainly does.
Let's get back to Ladies' Night. So you've got amazing prizes. You've got a meal as well, obviously.
Yes, a great dinner. Grand Gardens, when I walk in there, we do a little bit of decorating and preparing the morning of.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. You walk into that big ballroom and they've got it decorated
Ken and
beautifully
Lee. Yeah.
to the nines. Ken and Lee do an awesome job on it. And they're such a great
a really
organization to work alongside.
Yeah, they
so
are.
thank you to
really
all of our
special night.
sponsors as well as the Grand
Now,
Gardens.
it's at the Ladies' Night Out that you announce the winners, and Michael has a slide to put up for the luxurious ladies raffle.
Oh,
So-
this is another edition. We've probably been doing this for about 10 years.
Okay.
And the Ladies' Night Out we've been doing for 16.
Right.
So it was another add-on. And just about 3 years ago, we actually added the trip to the package. Now, these tickets are only $10, and you're getting quite the deal on it. The first prize is a trip voucher from North Star Travel and Tours, $4,000, and you can apply that to a larger trip if you want to go to
Do you have
Europe.
tickets on you today?
I do. I have some in my
I'm
purse.
buying.
I always have them with me. And in addition to that, this year we have a new sponsor, Dr. Linda Miles, the optometrist in town.
yes.
2 pairs of Maui Jim sunglasses.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that first prize package is worth over $5,000.
So she's giving the two sunglasses. The sunglasses are valued at $1,017. Have you ever worn a $500 pair of sunglasses? Well, now you can for $10. And a travel voucher for $4,000. Second prize.
Yes, the second prize is amazing. It's a popular prize. The first prize is a Hollywood limousine package, so you can go to all of your dinners.
Thank you, Joey
in
Giordano.
style.
Joe.
Yeah, and Grand Gardens, again, with their generosity, they've donated an $800 gift certificate to have a family dinner for 25 in the small
Oh
ballroom.
my God. Are these all part of the second package?
Yes,
Arturo's,
yes.
Bliss, Antico, North 82, Embers, Giovanni's, Munoz, Solo Trattoria, and the Mill Steakhouse have all given you gift certificates.
Yes.
All for one prize.
Yes,
The
amazing,
value?
amazing package.
$1,835 of
Yes.
food and limousine rides for $10 ticket.
Yeah.
Diamonds?
And diamond pulse pendant. It's beautiful. It's donated by Hess Jewelers.
Jewelers, value $812.
It actually pulsates, and it's got a blue diamonds in it.
Pulsates. I pulsate whenever I wear diamonds. And a spa package.
Yes, the spa package and the beauty package is donated by Identity Hair Salon and OC Hair Bath and Body.
Yep.
And the Greenhouse Spa.
That's in Quattro?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and that's worth over $600.
Where can we get these tickets?
They're located obviously at the office.
Yes.
And in my purse.
Yes.
As well as Hess Jewelers, North Star Travel, Station Mall, Drug Mart, Proust Motors, Market Mall, Postal Outlet. We tried to get a depot in each area of
Right.
town. We have dedicated volunteers selling them at places throughout the city on Thursdays and Fridays.
Keep your eyes open for these raffle tickets. Buy one for $10. Support your local Alzheimer's Society. Bea Fioramonte, thanks for being here.
Thank
Best
you
of luck
so
with Ladies'
much.
Night Out
Thank
on
you.
May 23rd. Tickets are available, but you better act fast. We'll be back with Luann right after this.
one of our 3 Sault Ste. Marie locations. You do life, we do taxes.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true.
I was just thinking, if you know or love somebody who has dementia, maybe a great idea would be to give one of those raffle tickets as how you put lottery tickets inside birthday cards and stuff.
Great idea.
Maybe as a support for the local Alzheimer's Society, instead of giving a lottery ticket for
Right.
maybe give it an Alzheimer's raffle ticket, and they could win a
That's a great
$4,000
idea.
vacation or diamonds or whatever.
Plus, you're helping out.
Absolutely.
Good idea. Good
Thanks.
plan, man.
I think
She's
so.
lovely, Bia.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They're so lucky to have her there.
They are. But the whole organization
Yeah,
is
really,
amazing.
they're just awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Well, did you
you know what?
anything juicy?
Green Party leader Elizabeth May.
Did you hear what happened to the Green Party candidate in PEI?
Yes.
He and his son drowned on Friday.
Yeah, in a canoe accident.
That's awful.
Yeah, they've stopped campaigning and everything. Yeah,
but the
it's awful.
Greens in PEI are huge.
Yes.
They're talking about maybe taking a victory this year.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Have I got that right?
Yes.
So tell me about Elizabeth May.
She
Sorry.
got married on Earth Day.
Did she?
She did.
On Earth Day. How great for somebody from the Green Party.
Yeah, she got married. She walked down the aisle in Victoria.
There she is.
Yeah.
Wow, wait a second.
Yeah.
So she changed her look a little bit?
A little bit. Or that's from 5 or 10 years ago. Just saying.
That's like me. I use my resume photo from 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
think
gotta.
I still look like that. And people say, did you want to have a new photo done? I'm like, I still look like that.
Leave me alone. I still look like
Let's
that.
get real, people.
Yeah, apparently on The View yesterday or the day before, what a row. That show, man. Honestly, I can't watch it. It's difficult for me. They talk over each other and they're just like, "Meow, meow, meow." Well,
Not like us.
No, not at all. Joy Behar and Meghan McCain got into it. They were talking about the Mueller report and how, each reacting in their own way to it. And it got to where McCain said, well, why are people so worried about the 2020 election then? If this is a nail in his coffin, what's everybody freaking out about? So Joy Behar says, well, people are a little afraid that the Russians are going to take our election away from us again, Meghan. And Meghan said, well, that's just ridiculous. That's just not logical. It's irrational, she said. So then Whoopi says, we'll be right back.
Really?
Yeah, it gets kind of...
It's not irrational. I mean, it just happened, and they haven't done anything.
Right?
They haven't done anything to address it. That we know of.
No.
And he's saying, Trump his latest tweets are, there was no crimes by me, so you can't impeach.
Right.
He's that bold.
Oh yeah, he's very, very. He's telling kids at the Easter egg hunt at the White House, the wall is going up.
And
the kids looking at him like,
the kids is there.
What?
Happy Easter, and he says we're gonna increase our military so like things you've never seen before, the greatest of the world ever before.
it'll be big.
And the kids are all going, I just came here for some chocolate.
Do you have chocolate, mister? I don't even know who you are.
Do you like wine?
Love wine. Love wine.
Today in history, 1989, wine merchant William Solikin broke a bottle of wine in a New York City restaurant. Did you hear this? It was a bottle of 1787 Chateau Margaux. It possibly belonged to Thomas Jefferson, and the value? $500,000.
I remember that story.
Do you?
That's how much I like wine.
1989.
$500,000. Could you imagine?
At the Four Seasons restaurant, crash. And then everybody went, okay, we're hiring.
Yeah. Anybody want to work for us?
$500,000.
You know what? Who ordered a glass of wine from that bottle that he had to handle
I want to
it?
hang with them.
Woo!
Anyway,
Yes,
I'm going to hang
please.
out with you now.
Okay, because I have the news coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
With 3 brands to choose from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and CF Moto, visit one of our 4 showrooms today and speak with our knowledgeable, friendly, and enthusiastic staff who will be happy to help you with all of your motorsports needs.
Enjoy life, enjoy the ride. Bud Robinson Motorsports.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades including installation are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Algoma Public Health was hit with a ransomware attack on the morning of Friday, April 19th that blocked access to the APH servers. Medical Officer of Health Dr. Marlene Spruitt said that it appears no personal information or client information was taken. Their IT department was able to quickly disconnect the servers from the internet on Friday. As they continued to get all their services back online, all appointments at all offices are canceled for today. They apologize for the inconvenience. The offices remain open and staff is available to assist you. The email system has not been restored, but phone lines are working. More information will be released when it's available. Provincial police say a 21-year-old has been charged in the death of a man who was shot on the powwow grounds of a northwestern Ontario reserve. Investigators say a fight broke out early Friday on Arrowland First Nation. Officers with the OPP and the Anishinaabe-Aski Police Service found a man with serious injuries. Police say the man died at the scene and a post-mortem has been scheduled. Investigators say another man at the scene was arrested. He faces a charge of first-degree murder. The city's mayor and flood-affected residents of Gatineau, Quebec want the province to be more flexible with its proposal to compensate homeowners hit by a second flood in as many years.
A new compensation plan. This plan has a cumulative maximum of $100,000 starting this year. So it means if people ask for some money in the next 3, 5, 10 years, there'll be a cumulative amount of $100,000. When the cumulative amount will be reached, then we'll offer a maximum of $200,000 to move to another house. I think it's important we cannot have every year compensation to solve problems, but only on a temporary basis. We really need to have incentives to move the people when it's happening every year or almost.
Medical cannabis users in Alberta can now get their therapeutic pot from Shoppers Drug Mart, with the retail giant opening its second online platform today in the Western Province as it pursues the growing market. The launch follows the January debut of medical cannabis by Shoppers Drug Mart in Ontario, where the company says uptake has been strong. As in Ontario, the Alberta platform touts expert advice and counsel from trusted healthcare professionals, including tips on the purported health properties of various strains and proper dosages. Pharmacists and experts can also help patients process their medical documents, discuss contraindications, and help with online registration and strain selection. That information and support is sorely needed, says Dr. Hans Clark, who's a member of the chain's advisory board on medical cannabis. A member of an armed civilian group that has detained migrants near the U.S.-Mexico border was charged yesterday with being a felon in possession of firearms. The federal charges stem from a search of his New Mexico home back in 2017. Larry Hopkins made his initial court appearance yesterday in Las Cruces. The 69-year-old man was arrested over the weekend near Sunland Park, where he and other members of his group have been patrolling the border. His attorney, Kelly O'Connell, said the group said it was asked to be there by the U.S. Border Patrol. A criminal complaint states Hopkins, who has 3 prior felony convictions, had 9 firearms and ammunition in his northern New Mexico home. Federal officials declined to say why they waited over a year to file the charges.
They believe that they are helping to enforce the laws of America on immigration. I mean, that's basically, it's pretty simple.
Enforcing in what way? Helping enforce in what way?
Helping to intercept people that they believe are coming across illegally, and getting them to ICE, Border Patrol.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
That news item on APH getting hacked.
How scary is that?
Who's hacking them? Why would you do that?
Right? What's the point?
Well, the information you could get on individuals.
Tim used to work at APH, Algoma Public Health, in case you didn't know that.
Sexual health, STDs, STIs.
STIs.
I used to work there. I said the wrong thing. Socially transmitted infection. All the mental health stuff. And then...
Is financial stuff in there somehow? No.
I don't think so.
No, it's all just medical.
No,
but not just medical records, but your medical records, somebody hacked to the point where they're not open today.
Family health? Including abortions and stuff. That's all in their record.
Apparently, though, they caught it and unplugged it Friday when it first happened. They're saying that they're not exactly sure. Their IT people obviously are still working with it. It's going to take a long time. But they disconnected very, very quickly. So hopefully, but as we mentioned in that news story, none of the doctors' offices are open today. There are people in the building.
None of the clinics are running.
Yeah. So you can actually call and make an appointment for another day. But apparently the offices are closed.
They're having a bad time because it just came out now that they lost in the court. Well, no, they didn't lose. Dr. Barker lost in the court by the former chief medical officer for Algoma Public Health. Had tried to stop the release of that audit that was done by KPMG that released personal information about her and her relationship with Sean Rutenberg/Rothberg and about how he was hired. So that's all going to come out.
Yeah, that's just...
So it's a rough time.
It is. It's a rough time. Not so rough.
For a place that does great work.
Absolutely. You know what? I can't imagine what Sue's saying. And you know what? They've been around for years, decades, and they have broken ground in the healthcare business. So, you know what? It's a shame to see them struggling.
It is a shame to see them struggling, and it's not being helped by the current government, who is cutting how many...
Everything.
Is it how many millions, or did we reach the billion mark over 10 years being cut from public health? Mm-hmm. The thing about public health is it's all upstream education. They try to keep you healthy so you don't end up sick. They try to treat you and give you testing and stuff to keep you healthy and to educate you when you're young and your teeth and every part of your mind, body, soul, the whole thing. When you take that away, people get sicker more.
Right.
And then you end up with more people in the hospital. We know overcrowding is a problem.
Absolutely.
So what people who are anti-conservative government are saying is that by taking away all that funding in public health, by taking away the public health education, you're going to end up with a sicker population and fuller hospitals, and that's going to give the Ford government and conservatives a chance to go into pay for medical care.
Yes. It's leading
more privatization of medical care. It's leading up to that because they're going to say, oh, look, the system's broken. More people are sick. The hospitals are full. This is because of the Liberal government leaving us with this deficit that we had to take care of, and in taking care of it, we had to cut this. And now we have to get people to put money into the healthcare system from private companies to not let this happen
again. To alleviate hallway medicine, as he...
This is how I see it going.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'd like to hear differently.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'd like to do something different.
What?
J-Lo.
Let's go light.
Let's go light.
J-Lo light.
And you know what? Talk about light. Her dress. Do you remember that dress?
Oh, I never.
She went to the Grammys. She went to the Grammys in this dress in 2000. Whoa. Look at how stunning she is. Mm-hmm. Oh my word! I could if I wanted to. I just don't think it's me really. She recently did an interview and talked about that dress, and she said in the interview that dress prompted Google to create Google Images because the next day so many people were Googling her to look at the dress that they had to create Google Images. Can you imagine a little influence there?
Thank you, Jennifer Lopez. 'Cause
Yes.
I love Google Images.
Isn't it the
It's the best thing for researching.
Yes, it really is.
If I want to look up costumes, I go, Shrek, blah, 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 costume, images, boom,
If you're
there
a
it is.
visual person, Google Images is phenomenal.
Great for
And she
research.
says, you know what? She said it's interesting, and again, in the same interview, she talked about how people kind of poo-poo fashion, and they're just, well, yeah, you know what? There's so many bigger issues in the world, and true enough, right? I mean, fashion has to be weighed out and stuff, but she said, people forget how much fashion can actually influence trends for like 10 years at a time.
Absolutely.
You know? So,
I mean, 10 years ago when that blouse came out, it was really trend-setting.
It was a curtain.
And 40 years ago when this...
Your dad was wearing it. It's just awesome. Who's coming up next?
Helping Hands.
Oh,
they're looking for a new home, and you can help Helping Hands. So stay tuned for Andy Martins and Wendy Gutcher from Helping Hands right after this.
Every day, I walk for truth. Every day, I walk for freedom.
Well, it only took a year, Andy Martins. You host Civic Affairs right next door in the studio right beside me.
I do.
And this is the first time you finally made it onto the morning show.
It's historic.
Congratulations on making it big.
Historic.
In ONNtv. Wendy Gutcher, you've been on the show before. You're old hat at this. Well, not. I shouldn't say old.
Sure you can. I don't mind.
Old hat. You're a pro at these interviews. Why are you back this time, Wendy? What's going on with Helping Hands?
So see, we're Helping Hands. We have to move by the end of May.
Off of Crawford?
112 Crawford Avenue. Social Services. They told us it's time to go.
They don't have space for you anymore. They need to have other places that have people that have to come in there. Is that what's happening? Or?
Well, it's a KB Kids program that's been there for years.
Oh,
Social Services has them in there. and
It's just a little too...
it's too small. We've outgrown it before we moved in, and
Well,
that's
because
okay.
you have so much stuff available for people who are in need. Everything from clothing to... I mean, what else do you have there besides clothes? You have more than clothes, right?
Yeah, we give away food. We have a food pantry.
You have a food pantry.
On the main level, we have children's clothes, baby clothes, household items.
Household items as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need a space for all this stuff.
And downstairs is all adult clothing.
Okay. Now, Andy, you recently joined the board.
I
is that
did,
correct?
yeah. I did, Tim. I had, in 2019, I had two objectives: to stand up for women's rights and to find out and be exposed to people with poverty. And through Helping Hands, I've been able to do that, to see firsthand at how much need we have in this.
What have you seen?
I've seen a lot. People need a lot. They need food, they need clothing, and
Have you seen the people coming and going through
I
Helping
have,
Hands?
and they have, yeah.
You've seen the benefits?
I've seen the benefits. Quite honestly, I met Wendy. It started out as just having her as a guest for Civic Affairs.
Oh, no
but
kidding.
it started out, and once I met her, we clicked, and it started out, it became a lot more than that, and I'm now Vice President.
Vice President?
Sault Ste. Marie Helping Hands.
You're the founder, are you not?
I am.
Okay. And are you on the board as well?
I am.
Okay. So what can we do? What can the viewers do? Or what is the struggle right now, and how can people help?
Well, today there's a meeting with social services, and they're going to determine whether they find us a place. They offered us a couple places already, and that didn't pan out.
Didn't?
No, they were too small. Excuse me, one was too small, and the other one, they didn't get the other people in there, I guess, to go because it was too big.
Oh,
So
you needed an extra... it's either too small or you can't get a partner to share the
Right.
space.
Yes. So today we'll find out if they have us a place. Hopefully they do. If they don't, I've been homeless twice in my life. This will be the third time that I will be homeless.
Okay.
So
what would the ideal space be like then, Wendy?
we need a few thousand feet, square
A few thousand
footage.
square feet? A few thousand. Wow.
Yeah, because it's huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Andy, how are you going to continue to look for this place? I mean, your time is running out.
Yeah,
right?
I think we're going to find out with this meeting today, and then...
Do you have a plan B?
We got to go to the mayor and council and
Yeah.
see whether this decision can be changed or what the options that they could do for us.
Could there even be a Band-Aid solution, a temporary one, that maybe if somebody came forward, I know somebody who had a warehouse or something that they could allow you to move into, even just for a time to stay on your feet, so that you could find a permanent location?
I'm
Would that
hoping
be satisfactory for now, at least?
I believe that there is, a solution out there. There is people out there that I know somebody at the last minute is probably going to say, I think she's got something. And
Well, how many years have you been doing this?
6 years. I'm still doing it out of
From
my house.
2014, yeah.
Yeah, right out of my house at 105 Crawford to 112 Crawford Avenue, to have to move to basically either we get something or nothing, and we're this close to getting our charitable license and government grants. So if we shut her down, it's bad, and it's going to get worse because there's so many people in our community that really will suffer.
Andy, do you see this agency, do you see Sault Ste. Marie Helping Hands as filling a gap, a really...
I do, Tim. They have 10,000 names in a Facebook group.
Who does? You do?
Yes.
She does. That's 1/7 of Sault Ste. Marie's population.
Good heavens. And so can you give us an estimate of the number of people that you've seen come and go?
Daily or just in...
Even daily.
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge. I don't have numbers. I don't have the stats in front of me, but we have stats sheets, and
You'd have to, wouldn't you, if you're applying for a charitable organization? They're going to want numbers. So
well, we've had about, I'd say, 3,000 to 4,000 every couple of months that come through, rolling in.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah,
From the time that I've been there, I've seen it.
What's the difference between Sault Ste. Marie Helping Hands and other organizations that have things like clothes closets and the food kitchen or like the St. Vincent's Place for Men? What do you do that's different?
We wash the clothes. We do. We have a washer and a dryer.
Or is it just that what we have isn't enough and we need this as well? Is that
and
more
that
the
too,
case?
It is. It's a well-known. It's needed. It's just not in Sault Ste. Marie. We go as far as Wawa to up to Sudbury.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Surrounding areas. We've got people even in the States that want to be on board. We've got them all over Canada, all over United States. Everybody wants a piece of it.
So here we are. What is the message that you're trying to get out there today then? I mean, you want people to get in touch with you? Is that what you're looking for? Helping Hands needs help, but how do they reach you? How do they let you know if they've got something that can help you, or if they've got ideas for you, or
they can get a hold of Wendy or myself through the Facebook group.
Through the Facebook group?
Well, I'll give my phone number right now and the hours right now, but we're still taking donations.
Donations would help because then you could afford to actually offer a stipend to somebody, an honorarium at least, if somebody was giving you a building. You could say, I could give you this much, right? But I know what it's like when you're working with these nonprofits and charities and you don't have a big budget. It's really hard to find somebody who'll give you a space.
That's right.
And that's understandable because they've got a space because they want to make money. So it's got to be somebody who's willing to actually. If you get charitable status and somebody donates a space, they can get that as a tax write-off.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We're this close of getting that because 100 women want to donate money, 100 men want to donate money.
100 women who care and 100 men who care have taken you under their wings.
Everybody, they all want us on board, but we're this close of getting,
So the Facebook page is called
Sault Ste. Marie Helping Hands.
Okay, so you can go there and get more information and send you messages.
Yes.
Or you can call Wendy at
705-943-8363. It's located at this moment at 112 Crawford Avenue till the end of May. We will be moving out of there. And I'm still doing this at 105 Crawford Avenue, my own home.
And Andy, you know as well as I do, this city is infamous for being giving and supportive and generous, and we hope they'll come through for you, Wendy.
And I think I'm connected well enough that we'll see what happens today, and then we'll go at it.
All right, I hope you come back with great news for us on your next visit.
Positive thinking.
Okay, thanks,
Positive
Tim.
thinking. We'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this.
Thank you for caring and sharing.
Every day, I walk for change.
Every day, I walk for her.
Thousands of people across the country take part in the Canadian Cancer Society's Relay for Life. So join the Relay for Life, and together, let's make a difference.
This sure looks pretty stupid, doesn't it? Dangerous even. But lightning kills like 3 people a year in all of Ontario. That's nowhere close. That's nowhere close to the 16,000 that smoking kills. So, what's more stupid?
Hopefully Helping Hands will find a way to receive help from you guys. Thank you so much. That was an awesome interview. And also thanks to 4:45 across the river in Sioux, Michigan on Ashman Street.
Just across the ditch.
Just across the ditch. Just take a minute and go.
This is Tuesday?
It is.
We'll see you for Wellness Wednesday tomorrow on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim.
Have a good day.
Thank you.